Hey, it's Don. Today I just wanted to touch a little bit on shipping. My wife collects Weebles. We've been buying them for years through the mail from other countries and all over the world whenever we can find something we don't have. She just got another one in today. This is literally how it's wrapped. I'm just going to show you right off the bat, and we're going to talk about this for just a minute here. Now, I've taken off the label, but other than that, all I have done with this box is open it up. And what you're going to see is literally how this was sent to us. That is it. That's how it was sent to us. Bouncing around in here, no cushioning whatsoever. This is literally how it was packaged. Not a single sheet of paper. This wasn't wrapped or protected, so if the package got wet, Lord knows what would happen. On top of that, this was listed as never opened. Clearly opened, loose parts rolling around inside. It's missing the booklet and a few other pieces that would have went in here when it was new. So not only is it not as described, but it was poorly packed, unfortunately. It's always sad when something survives from the 70s with the box, whether it was NOS or not, and you get it in this condition. It's just a disappointment as always. Now the item itself, I would have still been happy with it. Again, it's still in pretty good condition. So it's just the fact that people just don't know how to ship and package something that's that old and that collectible. We see this all the time. I've posted many other photos on my Instagram page, again, the Auction Professor on Instagram, showing some of how we got things in before. This is probably about 40% of every package I get in for a collectible like this is improperly packed. 40%. Maybe it's even higher than that. I didn't keep track when we first started getting these years back. The point of it is, if you're going to spend all the time to source, to list, to sell it, and all that other stuff, you've got money into listing it, you got money into buying it, you got fees and all that associated with it, for goodness sake, make sure you wrap it properly. This could have been just totally trashed the way it was wrapped. There's so many opportunities something could have happened to this. It could have been totally dinged up and damaged, which probably there is some issues with it from it bouncing around in that box. There's enough airspace in there where I could have probably put 3 or 4 more of those in that same box and not had to do anything. So you got to take it seriously. It may not seem like a bunch to somebody. Hey, it's in the box. I'll just throw it in another box and it will be fine. Bouncing around. This is, it's 50 years old almost at this point. It's a collectible. You're not going to find another one of these in the box. This is something we haven't seen in probably 3 or 4 years. So it's a shame when they come that way. And again, if you're not going to properly ship them, properly wrap them, cushion and protect them, all of your hard work and all of your money invested into those items to make a profit, you may just lose it all. If this was totally damaged, the sender would have been totally out the money. I videotaped this being opened as well. So you can see it literally came in that way. It's literally from the post office to my hands, no wrapping. Too many people take it too lightly and don't put enough time or thought into wrapping your items, protecting them on their journey. Even on the best day of the week, something could happen out of the control of the post office or whoever is delivering the item. It's just a no-brainer. You've got to invest the time into doing this. Why would you waste all that money and investment just to have the item destroyed or have a claim against you, which could hurt your feedback over selling something that's, like this? You should take every aspect of your business completely seriously and invest the proper energy and time and supplies to take care of it properly. Wrapping this up, this should have, at the very least, it should have been wrapped completely in plastic. They should have double-checked that it was actually opened. You can hear parts shaking around in there, which if it was new, you wouldn't hear. They're all sealed in a plastic bag when these were originally issued. There's even some of the internal cardboard's missing, so, there's just no way this was a sealed item. And you can easily tell that's not the case as well. So, for what it's worth, packing it could save the day. Even if there was some issues with it, if it was packed properly and wasn't going to be damaged anymore, people look on that as a plus in many cases. It's not just selling the stuff and throwing it in a box. You can't treat vintage stuff like that. I know if you just do Amazon and you don't usually sell vintage stuff, or you buy from Amazon in general, they just throw stuff like that in a box and throw some cushion at least in it. They don't take any special care that it's a collectible or, you know, a 50, almost 50-year-old item. Packing is a huge part of your business. You have to pack properly. Why would you lose at the last step? It would be like running a marathon and at the last minute you decide just to stand there and not finish it. It's the same basic principle. If you spent the diligent time to take good photos, describe it properly, you know, list it and the investment and buying it and the whole works, just to get it destroyed, it's just a total loss and a total lack of taking it seriously. You got to take this business seriously if you want to make money and continue to do the business. Certain amount of feedback, negative feedback in the beginning of your career here as a reseller can end that store for you. And you may not be able to get another store or have access to the platform if you mess up too bad. So this is just a huge area. It's something you got to take and do it carefully and properly. Anything that's a collectible, even new stuff, even if you're selling something new, maybe to you it may not seem like it's something valuable or some major collectible or it needs some extra special attention, but to the person buying it, it may be a gift for a loved one who has some major issue. It may be a lost, replaced item from their childhood. It could be anything. It could be something that means a great deal to that specific person who bought it. Treat it as if it's gold, like it's fragile china, no matter what it is, and that's what I do for pretty much everything. I try to make it so it's going to survive the post office or whatever service, UPS, Airborne, FedEx, whatever service it is that you're sending it. It's got to be able to survive. It's got to be protected from the environment. Don't just trust a cardboard box to protect something from weather, rain, and such forth. You got to go the extra mile. If you send something into Amazon and it's, you know, a collectible of any kind, you wrap that stuff up. You don't just throw it in a box and be done with it. If you're shipping it from eBay as well, you wrap it up. You seal every single thing from weather. You seal it. Every single thing I got going out, a postcard, a piece of paper, a small toy, everything is sealed in plastic. Everything is airtightly sealed in plastic. It's cushioned and then wrapped in a box. Sometimes I double box it so nothing can get through that's going to damage the item. I do this for an item that costs $5 and I do it for an item that costs $5,000. I don't care the value on the item. The item here in question, this Weebles toy, was $130 shipped. So, you know, that's a considerable amount of money to lose if you didn't pack it properly. You know, bottom line is that your bottom end is the important part here, and not handling any step of the way properly can mess you up. Let's say the photos were bad and I get it and then there's something not shown in the photos. Again, it's another step that would screw up the transaction that could lead to negative feedback or any other aspect of this. So just take it seriously. Make sure you pack properly no matter what it is. Always treat the items that you're shipping out like they are a piece of fine china regardless. Treat it as something you would be sending to your own grandmother that you 100% wanted to make sure she got safely and it made it on its journey. That's what you want to do for every single item that you sell. Think of it as someone's cherished treasure, no matter what it is. Even if it's a pillow or something, I don't ship anything just in a bag, one of the poly bag mailers. Everything is wrapped in cardboard, even hats, clothing, everything. I don't care what it is. I try to eliminate any chance on something happening or any kind of damage to that item. And we get incredibly good feedback on our shipping for taking the extra care. We have a 5-star shipping rate because every item is shipped that way. Down to the $1 or $2 item, everything goes out wrapped the exact same way. The same amount of care is expressed in every item we ship. And that's what you should be doing with everything you've got going out as well. But that's what I have for you today. Hopefully that gives you some ideas, some thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.
time, people have asked, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Maybe it was a Manglore, like Manglore Demon. You can pretend to hatch Manglore Dragon and Manglizard, too, each sold separately in a make-believe egg. You can stretch them, squash them, take them apart. They'll return almost like new to their original forms. So if you want to hatch up some fun, you can crack open a Manglore. The Manglores, Manglore Demon, Manglore Dragon, and Manglizard, each sold separately from Ideal.